Okay, so I did give you guys a poll, and it's not that I don't want to talk about these books today, it's just that I wanted to talk about Student Teacher, and I didn't realize that until after I already put the poll up, and I was like, no, you did this, and you guys chose this. And I love fake dating. I love all of these books that I'm going to talk about today. Just know you'll probably be seeing now a Student Teacher romance recommendation from me within a couple of weeks here. I mean, I was gonna do this one and Student Teacher like at some point this month here. It was just which one's gonna come first, and I genuinely thought it would be Student Teacher, but you guys wanted fake dating, so you're getting fake dating romance recommendations today from me. So fake dating is like a supreme trope in my opinion. Actually, I think pretty much every single fake dating book that I've read, I've loved. I don't think there's been one where the fake dating element of it hasn't worked out for me. You just get so much goodness of like them reluctantly or like being happy about this fake dating arrangement, one or the other. And then there being like that confusion of like what's real, what's not real. Like it's just, oh, it creates so much good like tension throughout the story. I'm just excited to share the books that I have with you guys today. So first up that I'm going to talk about is one of my favorite series that I've read this entire year. I know it's very popular. I know a lot of people have read it, but I never want to not recommend a book because it's popular. Because I remember when I first started watching BookTube years ago, people would be like, oh, I don't want to talk about this book because like everyone else has already read it. And I'm like, I haven't read it. I don't know what that book is. Like, tell me about it. Like, I remember Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. People were like, everyone talks about this, so I'm not going to say anything. And I was like, please tell me more. And that book ended up being my gateway book. So I never want to leave a book out just because it's popular. So without further ado, Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. So this one is the first in a series. It's a long series, okay? I would highly recommend jumping in. I know series can be like overwhelming to look at, but I promise you that the series is worth the journey. But it all starts out with Lily and Lo in this first book here. So this one obviously is fake dating. It's childhood friends to lovers. It's in college. They're both rich, they're from rich families, and it deals heavily with addiction, obviously Addicted to You. So Lily and Lo. So Lily is addicted to sex and Lo is addicted to alcohol, and they're both in college and they have been fake dating for a while now. So when you jump into this one, unlike other fake dating where normally you see the arrangement happening, these two, they're already in their fake dating era. They're best friends and they're roommates living in college, but they are not like crossing any boundaries together. They're just more so using each other as a way to hide their addictions from their families. Lily does not want her family, her sisters, finding out that she is addicted to sex, or anyone finding out. And Lo doesn't want his father knowing about his alcohol addiction. And it's their story. It's very character driven. It really is just looking at these two people struggling, and they both are like the best thing for each other, but they're also like the worst thing for each other because they're enabling each other. But they also are like the only two people that they feel safe with. It's so good. Just this book truly just does it for me. It hit for me, and this is one of my favorites in the series, even though it is the first book, and like I do think that the series only gets better from here. This one still is, like looking back on it, it is one of my favorites of the entire series. So yeah, Lily and Lo, fake dating, but oh, when their feelings start to become real. Next up, we have a new release, a book that I've already talked about a couple of times in like different videos, but Twisted Lies by Anna Huang. If you haven't read it yet, what are you doing? So this is the fourth book in the Twisted series. However, it is a companion book, so you don't have to read the first three in order to read this one, even though I highly, highly, highly recommend the first three. I've given all 4 books in the series 5 stars, and this one follows Christian and Stella. So Christian is a billionaire. He owns a security company. He just like has a lot of ways of making money. He's a bit of a snake. He's a bit of a cold businessman, but he has offered Stella lowered rent in one of his apartment buildings because Stella has needed a place to live. She needs somewhere safe. She is an influencer, and she does have a stalker out there that has been a bit of a running storyline in the other books. You just see like very tiny glimpses of it, and obviously you see way more of that come to a head in this book, and she really needs some place that she can feel safe inside of her home. So she gets lowered rent from Christian, and she's kind of like, why would this dude do this for me? But also she's like, I need a place to live and I'm not going to question it. And she is at a point in her career where she has kind of become stagnant in her following, and she's really trying to get this huge brand deal, but she needs a boost. She needs to get her followers up. She needs to get her engagement up. And she's like, what is a good way to do that? relationship, I need a boyfriend. And Christian is like, I need to appear more like a human being to some of my business associates. He's like, having Stella on my arm at events would really help me out. And they start fake dating their little arrangement together. And of course, you know that their fake feelings don't stay fake for long, but it is a slow burner. It takes them a long time to finally acknowledge what is between them. And oh, it's so good when that payoff happens. I love Christian. He is touch her and I'll kill you energy. He is just like a total icy rage kind of man, and I love that. And Stella really deals with anxiety in this book, and I really enjoyed that as well. I loved her character. I loved how she like cares about the people around her and how you see that affect her decisions that she makes and such. It's just so good. I loved this one. Next up, another popular one, but I feel like Briar U is not as popular as the Off-Campus series. So the Briar U series by L. Kennedy, the second book in it, The Risk, is fake dating. If you haven't read this yet, if you've read the Off-Campus series and you loved that, you got to check out Briar U. So this is the second book. Again, it's a companion novel, so you don't need to read the first one and you don't need to read the Off-Campus series. It's just like a spin-off. But this one follows Jake and Brenna. So Jake is a college hockey player. He is playing, does he play at Harvard? That doesn't sound right. Where does he play? He does play at Harvard. Ding ding go me. Okay. He's a hockey player at Harvard, and so that is Briar U's like rival school. And Brenna is the coach's daughter from the hockey team at Briar. So they are like rivals to lovers, fake dating, college, sports romance, all that goodness. And also it's like bad girl, golden boy kind of. Like Brenna's just a badass. Like she takes no shit from anyone. She takes no prisoners, and I love her energy. I love her attitude. And Jake is not afraid of her though. He is not afraid to test her, to go tit for tat with her, and I love their dynamic in this. But anyways, how their fake dating arrangement comes about. So Brenna loves sports. She wants to be in sports, but obviously as a woman in a male-dominated industry, it's not the easiest for her, and she's really having a problem getting her foot in the door, and she really badly wants this internship. And the boss that's like interviewing her, when he finds out that she knows Jake, she like plays it off that that's her boyfriend, and the boss is instantly like, oh my God, what? You said what? Bring him around, bring him over to dinner, bring him over to a party. And Brenna's like, oh shit, I really want this job. But now I have to ask Jake to come with me and be my fake boyfriend. And Jake is all on board because Jake says his part of the deal is that for every fake date that he gives Brenna, he wants a real date in return, because he is very closed off and he is trying to get past her walls because he genuinely likes her and she just is not willing to break down those walls for him just yet. Like seeing such like a strong closed off heroine just become vulnerable to someone that she can like trust and feel safe with. Oh, I love seeing that done in books, and that's done so well with Brenna's character. I love her and Jake. Jake just has like BDE. I know Nikki made a video a while ago about like characters with BDE, and Jake Connolly has that energy. And yeah, I really love this one. This is by far my favorite out of the Briar U series. Okay, next up what? I feel like we've done 2 college ones so far. I do have another one, but let's switch it up for a moment with Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. One of the only traditionally published books on this list, but one that I just absolutely love. So this one follows Danny and Zaf. So obviously it's fake dating, and it's very much friends to lovers. It deals with mental illness, and it is just, oh, Danny and Zaf are so freaking cute. So Danny is a graduate student, and she's like a teacher or like a TA at a university, and she is teaching a class in this one building, and the security guard there, Zaf, they always like have a little chit chat every morning. They're friendly with each other. And one day when Danny is going up to her classroom, it's like on an upper level, and there's a fire drill. And when the fire alarm goes off, she ends up getting stuck in the elevator, and she starts to kind of panic a little bit, and guess who comes to her rescue and gets her out of there? Zaf. And as he does so, as he takes her out of the building, he literally like carries her. And as they get out of the building, obviously there's a huge crowd gathered because of the fire alarm. And someone takes a video of them and posts it online, and they go viral. And they decide, hey, let's kind of like make something happen out of this, because Zaf, is he a former rugby player? Is that the sport? rugby. He's a former athlete and he has really struggled with his mental health, and that's something that's really important to him, is like talking about mental health and athletes. So they kind of see it as a way that he can like boost his platform a little bit to kind of spread awareness. So they take advantage of their newfound fame and start fake dating to kind of feed into this frenzy about them. Dani right now, she's kind of been struggling in her love life, and even though she does not see what is right there in front of her, Zaf, it is like pining, because Zaf has been pining after Dani from the very beginning, and you do kind of know that. And even when they enter their little like fake dating arrangement, he's always just kind of like carrying that torch for Dani and just waiting for her to kind of realize that. So this is so cute. I really appreciated the anxiety representation in here too. With Zaf, there's a scene where it's a panic attack, and I was like, oh my god, Talia Hibbert like nailed that. Absolutely love this book. It just like, it brings me joy. Like this book just brought me joy when I read it. Okay, then let's go with the rock star one that I got here, and that is Play by Kylie Scott. So this is the second book in the Stage Dive series, but again, it's a companion, so you don't have to read the first one in order to read this one. However, I do feel like the first one does do a good job of setting up like the band dynamics, and it does a good job of setting up Mal, who is our hero. So Mal is the drummer of, I can't remember what their band name is, but the drummer in the band, and they're this famous rock band, and he has some issues with his image. His image needs some PR. He needs to kind of come across like he has it more together than he does, that he's not this huge playboy, that he's not this like messy rock star that he kind of is. And their solution, like the band's management and everyone's solution, is to get him a girlfriend so that way he can appear, you know, a little more, like just have a little bit more of a cleaned up image. And they find Annie. Annie is in desperate need of money. So when this opportunity kind of comes about, she really has no choice but to say yes. And Mal was her childhood crush, so there's that extra element on top of it, and yeah, it goes from there. I love rock star romances. I don't think I'll ever stop loving rock star romances, and this series was the very first one that I ever read, so it just holds like a special place in my heart. This was my favorite book out of the 4 of them as well. Actually, can I say that definitively? I love the 3rd book as well. This is one of my favorites, I guess, in the series. And I really love the way that Mal and Annie's relationship progresses, because it's a slower burn, but the payoff of it is so good. And my last recommendation, another college one, another new adult one, and that is Real Players Never Lose by Macaulay Smeltzer. This is the 3rd book in the boys series, again, companion novel. So this one follows Teddy and Vanessa. And Vanessa is a college student, and she is in need of some funds. Her scholarships are not coming through like how they were supposed to, and she is like, oh shit, I need money and I need it now, or else I'm not going to be able to stay in school. And you know who happens to overhear this conversation in like the office where she's talking to the worker about her scholarship? Teddy. And you know what Teddy has? A lot of money. But you know what Teddy is lacking? A girlfriend. After he told his father, who has been on his case about Teddy staying out of some trouble, he told his father, hey, I have a girlfriend. I'm cleaning my image up, you know, I'm doing my thing. I have a girlfriend, I'm settled down, you know? And his dad doesn't believe him, so he's like, bring your girlfriend to dinner this weekend. And Teddy's like, oh shit, better go find myself a girlfriend. And then he runs into Vanessa. And he has money, she needs money. He needs a girlfriend, she is a girl. So Teddy ends up proposing the arrangement to Vanessa, and Vanessa is right away skeptical, but she really doesn't have much of a choice. She's like, you know, I want to stay in school, I want to continue on target to graduate, and if all I have to do is go on a couple of dates with this guy, like, okay. And she knows that he's like this campus player, like it's very well known around there. And Vanessa is plus size. She's not the most like confident. I wouldn't say she's insecure, but she's wary of Teddy, okay? Like that's the best way I can put it. She's just like, you know, why, when you can have anyone, are you picking me? And she's wary of that, but he's like, you know, you're never gonna fall for me. I don't want an actual girlfriend. Let's just like make this arrangement happen. And they do, and it goes from there. Teddy has very much like golden retriever energy in this, and I really liked Vanessa. I liked the way that she was written. I liked how she thought about herself and her relationship with Teddy. It just felt like it like resonated with me, and like her feelings about herself and Teddy. And I don't know, I don't need to explain that, but the fake dating arrangement in this one is great, and the slow burn again of their relationship is great, and seeing them like have their eyes opened to who they're fake dating, to realizing like, oh shit, do I actually like them? So yeah, that's it for today. I don't know what's going up next Tuesday. I don't know what's going up next Tuesday. But yeah, I have all my videos mapped out, and I will have another student-teacher romance recommendation probably up this month, if not this month, early in September, because that was the other poll option that I gave you guys. It was like pretty close. It was like 45, 55 or something. It was close-ish. So anyways, that is it for today, and I will see you when I see ya.